So in the spirit of the upcoming Samhain season, I thought I would share my ancestor shrine. It's actually our family shrine, because on the left side is all articles from family members that have passed on my husband's side, and on the right side it's those who have passed on my side. And in the center we have an offering dish and two little shot glasses. The offering dish is actually, it belonged to my grandparents, and it's part of the set of china that they had passed down to me. And the shot glasses are from a set of glasses that my dad had that my sister and I remember playing with when we were like 5. So I thought it was fitting. The candlesticks are both brass. They came from my grandmother. I'm assuming from her parents or her grandparents, because it wasn't a gift to them. Get closer. The dragonfly is actually in my sister and my world. We equate the presence of dragonflies with the presence of spirits. I don't know, she'd heard it somewhere, or a friend of hers told her that when dragonflies are around you, it means that spirits are around you as well. They're attracted to them, kind of in the same way that some would say butterflies are attracted to spirits. And that is a spiral blank clay pendant that I made for myself just to represent my pantheist worldview. I'm going to start on my husband's side. In the back we have some very cool leather postcards. These were his great-grandmother's. So yeah, they're very, very old, from Saskatchewan. Mrs. O'Brien. We have 2 of those. That's to represent Grandma Lottie. This little girl, Darren's grandmother bought this ballerina when she and her sister went to Germany when they were younger. It is an actual Dresden doll, and before she passed away, she gave it to me. So yeah, it's very special. This is a coin. I'm not really sure what it is. I think Darren's grandfather worked at this place because he kept it and it was in their china cabinet. So we ended up with it when he passed. This is really cool. This is actually a trick, I guess. It's like one of those trick puzzles that Darren's grandpa made when they were in a logging camp when he was probably 20 years old. And what the nature of the game is to try and find a way to pull them out of the hole. And the trick is that he only gives the guy this one, which isn't the trick one, and he keeps this one on the side, or like in his sleeve, or under the table, or behind his back. And he takes this one away and shows how he can take them apart by hiding it and switching them off wherever. And this actually pulls apart. And that's what it is. It all comes apart, and then you can easily get both of them apart. Cool little trick. They used to spend hours and hours in the logging camps playing tricks on each other. That's how they would pass their time, I guess. They were young and no TV, no internet. Now this is a very interesting piece of memorabilia in my husband's family. This was actually created by his great uncle. That would be his grandpa's brother. And in the 40s, he was a doctor, like he became a doctor. And he and his buddy made this out of a patch of skin off of a cadaver's ass when they were in medical school. So this is a real human skin wallet. And Darren, like, I never met him because he died in 1986 or something like that, way before I came into the picture. But his grandfather used to scare the hell out of me with it, and he'd go and put it in my hand, and I'd freak out and throw it back at him. It was just, yeah, it took me years and years before I would actually touch it. So that's a little neat little piece of memorabilia. Kind of gross. Yeah. Now my side. These are 2 pennies that I saved. They are actually the birth year of my father and my mother, which is 1941 and 1949. This little 4-H pin that belonged to my dad when he was a teenager. This is an actual piece of a rose that I saved from my grandfather, which is my dad's dad, his funeral when I was 11. I saved it and then laminated it. This is a wooden Ukrainian egg that my grandmother's sister, so my great aunt, made. And I remember her from when we were young. We'd go visit her. Probably when I was about 5 or so. And she passed away close to that age. So my sister and I each have one. This actually belonged to my mother when she was a teenager. I don't know if those of you that actually know me know that my mother died when I was 8 years old. So it's kind of cool when I found this among her stuff. That's something that she had when she was like 16. Now this. My parents had a whole bunch of love letters that they kept, that they had sent back and forth, because when they first met, my mother was 15. My dad was 23, so it was quite the age difference, and she was too young and that. But they had kept in touch through letters, so this is one of their love letters that I kept. And then when she was 19, they got married. So on the back side of this, I don't know if you can read that, Terry and Doug, February 17th, 1968. And that's a napkin from their wedding. So I keep that in plastic so it doesn't get wrecked. I just keep it back there. Now, on the side, obviously it doesn't fit. These are my father's cowboy boots. And each flower in it, or in both of them, there's 5 of them in all, came from funerals. I'm pretty sure they're both from Darren's grandma and grandpa's funerals back in 2005, 2006 area in there. We each brought them home. And Darren and I each had one, and then our daughter Teresa brought one as well. The story behind the cowboy boots. My dad passed in 2003. And the one thing that I wanted out of everything that he owned, that my stepmother asked if whatever I wanted I could take, I had asked for his boots. And there's a sentimental value behind that, because when my husband and I were 17 and 18, my dad was always out in the field, as he was a farmer. And at that time we didn't have a stepmom. Excuse me. And while he was out in the field, we took advantage of that a lot. And we would fool around in the house, either upstairs or downstairs. And that was how we could always tell if he was coming up on us, if he was going to catch us in the act, was we could hear his cowboy boots on the wooden steps outside, on the sidewalk coming up to the steps, and then on the steps themselves. They were so loud. So yeah, we never got caught because of these babies. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my, yeah, I guess it's not really an altar, it's our family's shrine. Okay, bye for now.